Okay, next topic is constructor and destructor in C++. Okay, here see constructor nothing but a constructor is a member function which automatically used to initialize, which automatically used to initialize. Okay, the objects of the class type with legal initial values. Destructors are the functions that are complemented complementary to constructors. Okay, these are used to deinitialize objects when they are destroyed. A destructor is called when an object of the class goes out of scope. Okay, or when the memory space used by it is deallocated with the help of delete operator. Operator overloading is one of the most exciting features of C++. It is helpful in enhancement of the power of extensibility of C++ language. Operators overloading redefined the C++ language. User-defined data types are made to behave like a built-in data type in C++. Okay, operators plus, into, okay, less than or equal to, plus equal to, etc. can be given additional meaning when applied on user-defined data types using operator overloading. The mechanism of providing such an additional meaning to an operator is known as operator overloading. Okay. Our constructor nothing but here automatically what is the information is there, that information is okay. Object is there, that object or value is initial values, legal type with legal initial values. Okay. Next, declaration definition of constructor. It is defined like other member functions of the class. Okay, is that either inside the class definition or outside the class definition. For example, the following program illustrates the concept of constructors. Here you can see to demonstrate the constructor, class name and function name both are same. Class name and function name both are same, then that is called constructor. Class name and function name both are same, then that is called a constructor. Okay, here we are using length, breadth. Okay, those we are using here. Okay, this is called constructor definition. Constructor definition nothing but what class name and function and both are same, then that is called a constructor. Okay, here you can see on that I am in the constructor. I am in the constructor. Okay, length what 10.0. Here you can give the equal symbol. Next breadth is equal to 20.5. Closing braces. Float area. Next return by mistakenly here given hyphen. You can give here is equal to sign. Okay, return, it returns value. Okay, float area returns value. What it will return length into breadth. Length into breadth you can write down here. Next void main. Next CL or SCR means clear screen declaration. You can declare clear the screen here. And order the previous outputs, those are removed from keyboard. Okay. Next here see out only single statement we are using here. Single statement using multiple okay output operators are there. Okay, then this is called cascading. Okay, next type of constructor. There are different types of constructors are there. Okay, all that one is overloaded constructors. One is overloaded constructor. Okay, beside performing the role of members, beside performing the role of members, data initialization, constructors are no different from other functions. Okay, this includes overloading also. This includes overloading also. In fact, it is very common to find overloaded constructors. For example, consider the following program with overloaded constructor for the figure uh, clause. Okay, here you can say illustrate the overloaded constructor. Construct a clause for storage of dimensions of circles, next triangle and rectangles, and calculate their areas. Okay, on that we are using okay, what are the header files are there? These header files are iostream.h header file, next conio.h header file, next mat.h header file. Mathematical calculations are there. That's why we are using mat.h header file. Next string.h header file is there. Why we are using string.h header file on that string.header file? Okay, we are using string copy. String copy function we are using inside that program. Then we are using string.h header file. Okay, here you can see class name is figure. Class name what figure. Next function name also figure. Class name and function name both are same. That's why this is called constructor. Okay, here private nothing but within the function only we can use. Within the function only we can use. Okay. Next, outside of the function we can't use. Okay. That's why here float, radius, side one, side two, side three. These four what? These four are variables. These four are variables. Next here shape is there. Shape nothing but here array. Shape nothing but here shape is array. Array name and size of that shape is 10. Next public figure float space or constructor for circle. This is for floating radius is called r. Next string copy shape comma circle. Okay figure float s1 comma float s2. Okay, constructor for rectangle. Okay, strcpy opening braces and closing braces are there. Okay, side 1 is equal to s1, side 2 is equal to s2, side 3 is equal to radius is equal to 0.0. Okay, these are the basic radius values. Those are the initial values 0.0. Okay, then after you can here string copy shape comma rectangle. Okay, closing braces. Next figure. This is the function on that s1, s2, and s3. These two three are the variables. So side one is equal to s1, side two is equal to s2, and side three is equal to s3. Radius is equal to 0. Next string copy function. Next one rectangle. The first one circle. This is rectangle. This is triangle. In triangle. Okay, you can see area is equal to area nothing but here AR is equal to side 1 into side 2, else AR is equal to 3.14 pi r square. Pi r square nothing but pi into r. Okay, here square units. Okay, those are printed there. Here you can see figure is class name assigned with an object that is called circle. Okay, the constructor object initializing using constructors. Next figure rectangle. Next figure triangle. Okay, next rectangle dot area, triangle dot area. These are using you can get the result. Okay, when we can get ch function use, freeze the monitor. Freeze that monitor. We can't go backside to monitor. Okay, what is the output screen is it that is displayed. Okay. Next, copy constructor. That is overloaded constructor. There we are using overloading nothing but operator overloading nothing but what operator overloading nothing but here you can see. Okay, same function name, but argument list are different. Argument list is different. That is called overloading. Okay, on that function overloading, you can see first one what. Okay, same function name. Some function name what is the function name? Okay, figure. Figure is the function name. Or you can see here what is the class name is here figure. Figure is the class name and function name also figure. Okay, here you can see. Okay, we can construct a circle. This is figure function name figure. Here we are using only single variable. Um, Argument we are using here. Here also figure and inside we are using more than one variable. And again you can see here. Okay, here also figure more than two variables here we are using. Okay, different. Function name is same but argument list is different. Then that is called overload. Function overload. Okay, here this is called what constructor. Constructor overloading. Constructor function overloading is there. Okay, by using overloading technique, we can develop that constructor. The next copy constructor. Copy constructor nothing but here you can see copy constructor nothing but here you can see it is of the form class name. It is the form of class name and ampersand symbol is there and used for the initialization of an object from another object of same type. Okay, it is used for initialization of an object. Initialization of an object from another object of same type. From another object of same type. For example, class fun. For example, class fun. Okay, on that class is a keyword. Okay, name fun. Class name is fun here. Opening braces. Next on that you can declare the okay data. You can declare data on the declaration of data. Float space x comma y. Next function. Okay, this is fun is a function. That function we are using opening braces and closing braces. Between these two braces, you can mention their function. Okay. Next, you can give the space between float space A and float space B. Next, opening braces x is equal to and y is equal to b. These two values are assigned to x and y. Okay, next fun ampersand f. Fun ampersand f. This is copy constructor. Okay, this is constructor. Class name and function name both are same, then that is called constructor. Class name and function name both are same, then that is called a constructor. Okay, what is the information inside that class? Okay, initialization of object from another object. We can use it. Okay, name and used for the initialization of an object from another object. Okay, this is your object. Okay, that is copied, initialized from another object. Okay, these x and y values we are taking from here only. We are taking from here only. That's why called constructor. This is called a constructor. Okay, next here those values are displayed by using here. Okay, here we have two constructors, one copy constructor for copying data values of the fun object to another, and other one a parameterized constructor for assigned for initial values given. Okay, see here next one, third one, dynamic constructor. Okay, dynamic constructor, dynamic initialization of objects in C++. In C++, okay, there you can see the class objects can be initialized at runtime. At runtime is called dynamically. At runtime is called dynamically. We have the flexibility of providing initial values at execution time. Initial values at execution time. The following program illustrates this concept, okay, of a dynamic initialization of objects on that iostream.h next conio.h. These two header files you can use. Next class name is employee. Okay, opening braces. On that you can mention the different data. Okay, int space employee number, float space salary, next public. Next function here we are using employee function. On that function no values, then that is called default constructor. Here function name and what is that class name? Class name employee and function name employee both are same. Okay, here no arguments, then that is called default constructor. Next employee inside you can give the arguments. Here you can give the arguments int space emp number float as. Okay, these all are. Okay, this is the constructor with arguments. This is the constructor with the argument. Constructor nothing but what, class name and function name both are same, then that is called constructor. Okay, that is called a constructor. Okay, with the arguments here, employee number, salary is called salary. Next here, this is copy constructor. What is the employee? Okay, EMP is what, previous employee, the object, that object initialized at one place. We can call using that object from this function. Okay, that object from another function. That object we are using also here also, then that is called copy constructor. When copy constructor, here you can see those information displayed by using this display function. Here employee number, next salary. Okay, those are displayed. Okay, next class is over. That class end with semicolon symbol. Okay, ma. Next here you can see, okay, void main function int e and o. Next int e and o means that is a variable. Okay, float salary. Next here clr scr function we can use, and those values are mentioned here. Employee is assigned with one object, obj1 object. Employee is class name, and that class name assigned with one object, obj1. And employee is another class name, and that class name assigned with object, obj2. Okay, two persons. So two persons salary, employee numbers and salaries are displayed here. And third person also, what is the information? That information copied third object, and that third object can display that information. Okay. Next here, constructors and primitive types. You can see here. Okay, like in C++, like derived types, like that class, primitive types, fundamental types. You can also have their constructors. Default constructor is used when no values are given. When no values are given, mm, okay, When no values are given, that constructor is called default constructor. But when we given initial values, the initialization take place for newly created instance. For newly created instance. Suppose here you can see, okay, float x comma y, okay, default constructor and used. Int a of 10 comma b of 20. A and b initialized with values 10 and 20. A and b are initialized with values 10 and 20. Here no values are there. This is called default constructor. And here you can see floating point values I comma j values assigned with the values, okay, 2.5 and 7.8. Constructors with default arguments. Constructors with default arguments in C++, we can define constructor with default arguments. For example, the following code segment shows a constructor with default arguments. Okay. Class name here. Class, what is the class name? Add is the class name. Next opening braces. Next private. On that private int number one comma number two comma number three and public is there. Add of int is equal to 0 and int is equal to 0. This is called default argument constructor. This is called default argument constructor. Next, to reduce the number of constructors. To reduce the number of constructors, here you can see void enter int comma int void sum void display. Okay, class open and class closed here. Okay, when class closing is there, the must and should you can use curly braces with semicolon. Curly braces with a semicolon. Okay, next default constructor. Here you can see add is a class name, add is another function. Class name and function name both are same, then that is called constructor and opening braces. On those braces, you can mention the argument list int number one comma int number two. Number one is equal to n1, number two is equal to n2, and number three is equal to n1. Next, void is sum. Opening braces and closing braces. Between these two braces, you can add two numbers. And what is the added result value stored in number 3? Okay, that number 3 you can mention here, then the sum of two numbers displayed here. Okay, now using the above code object of types and add can be created with no initial values. With no initial values. Okay, with no initial values. One initial value or two initial values, for example, add object 1 comma object 2 of 5 comma object 3 of 10 comma 20. 3 of 10 comma 20 you can mention that. Okay, here object 1 will have a value of data members, number 1 is equal to 0, number 2 is equal to 0 and number 3 is equal to 0. Object 2 will have the values of data members, so number 1 is equal to 5, number 2 is equal to 0 and number 3 is equal to 0. Object 3 will have values of data members, number 1 is equal to 10, number 2 is equal to 20 and number 3 is equal to 0. If two constructors, if two constructors Okay, how if two constructor for the above classes add or add is equal add colons add bracket and closing and default constructor this one and this one called argument constructor, then the default argument constructors can invoke with either two or one or no parameters without arguments. Without arguments, it is treated as default constructor. Using these two forms together causes ambiguity. For example, the declaration add object is there. Okay, add or add. So careful such cases and avoid this type of ambiguity. Okay, special characteristics of constructor. Okay, some of the special characteristics, those are given below. These are called automatically when the objects are created. When the objects are created, automatically the constructor is created. All objects of the class having a constructor are initialized before someone. Okay, these should be declared in the public section or for availability to all the functions. Okay, return type cannot be specified for constructor. Okay, not even void also we can't use. Okay, these cannot be inherited, but a derived class can call the base class constructor. Okay, these cannot be static. Default and copy constructors are generally by compiler, which requires okay, and generated constructors are public. Okay, these can have default arguments As other C++ functions, a constructor can call member function of its class. Okay, an object of class with a constructor cannot be used as a member function. Okay, a constructor can call member function of its class. Okay, we can use constructor to create a new object of its class type by using the syntax name of the class and experiment list. Name of the class and for example, employee obj3 is equal to obj2. See a program 10.5 or even. Okay, employee object 3, employee 1002 is the ID and 35,000 is the salary. Explicit call. Okay, next, the make implicit calls to the memory allocation and deallocation operator new and delete, new and delete. Okay, these cannot be virtual. These cannot be virtual. Declaration and definition of a destructor. Declaration and definition of destructors. The syntax for declaring a destructor. Okay, here you can use tilde symbol. Tilde symbol. You can use tilde symbol and the name of the class, opening braces and closing braces. So the name of the class and destructor is same, but it is prefixed with delta symbol. What is the negation symbol? That is called negation symbol. Okay, tilde symbol. Okay, it does not take any parameters, nor does it return any value, not take any arguments or any parameters or return values. Okay, or any nor functions it will not take. Overloading a destructor is not possible and can be explicitly invoked and can be explicitly invoked. In other words, a class can have only one destructor. A destructor can defined outside the class. The following program illustrates the concept of a destructor. Here you can see class name is add and add is also a function. Okay, both are same, then that is called constructor. Okay, here void sum and display. What are the number values are there? Number one, number two, and number three. Okay, on the two values you can add. Those two values are stored in number three. Okay, then here some function we can write down number three is equal to what is that one? Number one plus number two. Okay, and displayed that value. Here tilde add is there, then that is called destructor. That is called a destructor. Okay, constructor name, class name, both a function name and class name both are same, then that is called constructor. And before function name before preceded by a tilde symbol, then that is called destructor. Here program is there, this is called destructor. On the destructor automatically end with okay. Next, here you can see constructor and definitions add. Add is a function. Add on that. You can mention the different argument lists are there. Those argument lists are called by using that function. Okay. Next, here you can see another program on that you can see here. Okay, add tilde symbol is there. Okay, destructor called here. Constructor definition here. Add two numbers. Number one is equal to number two is equal to number one. Okay, and here you can see add function is there. By in that add function, you can add number three equal number one plus number two, and those values are displayed here. Add object one comma object two comma object three, and object one you can that is called default, and object two you can mention only one value, and object three you can mention two values. Okay, here some three dot sum. Okay, object one, object two, object three. Those three values are displayed. Okay, special characteristic of destructor. Some of the characteristics associated with destructors are these are called automatically when the objects are destroyed. Okay, destructor function follows the usual access rules as other member functions. Okay, these de-initialize each object before the object goes out of scope. Okay, no argument and return type even void also permitted with destructor. Okay, these cannot be inherited. Inheritance nothing but create a new class. Okay, but here we can't create any classes, any objects in destructor, then can't create, cannot be applied inheritance. Static destructors are not allowed. Address of destructor cannot be taken. Why address of destructor cannot be taken means objects are deleted, destroyed. That's why you can't take address. Okay, a destructor can call member function of its class. Okay, an object of class having a destructor cannot be a member function. Okay, next thank you. Here you can see what are the types of constructor. Okay, here you can see first one. What is that first one? Overloaded constructor. Okay, next one copy constructor, dynamic constructor, a constructor here what is called a default constructor. Four types of constructors are there. Okay, next what is a constructor definition? Constructor nothing but creating or initializing new object. Creating or initializing new object that is called a constructor. Okay, destructor nothing but what is the object created by constructor? That object is destroyed by using okay, destructor. Okay, destroyed by using destructor nothing. But here, what is the destructor? Is it that is destructor we can destroy. We can destroy the destructor. Okay, constructors nothing but here we can initializing values. We can initializing the values. We can initializing the values are there. Okay, here parameterized constructors are there. Parameterized constructor nothing but okay, more than one argument we can use. Arguments we are using inside the function name. For inside the function we are using parameters. Then that is called parameterized constructor. Okay, constructor and destructors. Here see destructor cannot use in inheritance properties. Okay, here destructor nothing but destroying what are the objects are there. Those objects are deinitialized. Okay, initialized objects by using constructor and deinitialized objects by using destructor. Initialized objects by using constructor and deinitialized objects by using destructor. Okay, that is called destructor. And here you can listen. Okay, more than one. Okay, more than one object is there. More than one object we can create by using constructor, and more than one object we can delete it at a time by using single destructor statement. By using single destructor statement. Okay, dynamic constructor nothing but what here? Okay, that is called runtime constructor. Runtime constructor is called a dynamic constructor. Runtime constructor is called a dynamic constructor. Okay, next. Here you can see constructors and primitives, nothing but this is called default constructor. Okay, here you can see float x comma y only. Here we can't mention any values, then that is called default constructor. Here 10 and 20 values are initialized, and here 2.5, 7.5 values are initialized. Okay, these are called parameterized constructor, and this is called a default constructor. This is called a default constructor. Here you can default constructor arguments you can with default arguments you can see here. Okay, add is a sum is a function and display is also a function, enter also a function. In that enter there are parameters are there. That is called what? Parameter constructor. Here values are null. Here values are null, then that is called default argument constructor. Default arguments constructor. Okay. Like that you can see here special characteristics of constructor. These are called automatically when the objects are created. When object is created, then automatically it will call. All objects of the class having constructors are initialized before some use. Okay, some can use the objects. Those all objects of class having constructor are initialized before some use. Anyone can use before that. You can create the object. You can create or initialize the object. Okay, these should be declared in the public section for availability to all the functions. Public nothing but in public section, what are the function member functions are there? Those functions are accessed anywhere our program. Okay, return type cannot be specified by constructor. Cannot be specified by constructor. Okay, these cannot be inherited. These also cannot be inherited, but advice class can call base class constructor. Okay, what are the classes are there? That class is called base class constructor. Okay, default and copy constructors are generally generated by the compiler whenever required. Okay, generated constructors are public. Generated constructors are public. Okay, here these can have the default arguments as other C++ functions. A constructor can call member function of its class. An object of a class with a constructor cannot be used as a member of a union. Okay, suppose in unions we can't use constructor. In unions we can't use constructor. Structures unions are there, on that unions we can't use constructor. A constructor can call member function of its class. Of its class. We can use constructor to create new objects of its class type by using the syntax. By using the syntax. Okay. Next here you can see. Okay. The take implicit calls to the memory allocation and deallocation operators new and delete here. In constructor we can create and delete the objects by using initialize and deinitialize the objects in dynamic constructor. We can use new and delete. You can use new and delete keywords. Okay, and here declaration and definition of destructor. Destructor nothing but what are the initialized objects by using constructor. Those are deinitialized by using destructor. Those are deinitialized by using destructor. Okay, when the destructor is there, the destructor before you can use the tilde symbol before that. Okay, then that is called a destructor. Okay, next in overloading we can't use destructors. Okay, overloading a destructor is not possible. Okay, and this is what is that one? This is the today's class. Okay, okay.